Well. What a wild week it was in silver, gold, Bitcoin, whatever you were trading or investing in. There was plenty of volatility around this week. It was quite an amazing week. Obviously, silver is my old favorite. I've been in my silver trade now, my silver hold for the last 7 years. Is it 7? 8 years maybe, since 2018. And while pretty much every week for probably the last 2 months has been pretty volatile, this week just took the cake. Crazy. The silver price, what was it? It ended down 17% on the week, but the volatility was amazing. The high for the week, $121.64 against the low of $74.40. So I don't even know what that is from low to high. That must be 80%, something ridiculous. And it looks like a horrid week. And I guess it was down 17%. You're not going to say that's a good week unless you're short. But adding a bit of context here, if we did zoom out a little further to the monthly chart and look at the whole of January, now that January has finished, silver's actually up 19% on the month. And that is its 9th up month in a row. So giving a little bit more, a longer time frame, adding a bit more context, you'll be happy with the 19% a month gain. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. The silver comes back on the market. I think it starts trading here tomorrow morning, our time. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. From what I'm hearing, there's going to be a bounce back tomorrow. We'll wait and see if that is the case. What caused this sort of massive Friday, massive volatility and the massive down day? Well, who really knows? It could have been, a concerted effort by JP Morgan to short, to dump the price so they can get out of the short. I mean, this is what you read. Who really knows? And to be honest, I don't even really care. Like I say, I've said quite a few times, as an investor in silver, I don't really care for the day-to-day or even the week-to-week movements of the price. My thesis is still intact, that silver and gold are the places to be. And nothing that happened on Friday, as bad as it is to watch your stack lose a lot of value, nothing's really changed my mind. Anyway, that was silver, up 90% on the month, but a bad week. Let's tick over to gold. Gold up 13% in the month, 13.37. Even though that also had a bad day on Friday. And we'll flick over to the weekly chart. Weekly chart, not so bad, down 1.87%. And, with the carry on that you read on X and stuff, you would have thought it was down 30% on the week, but it wasn't. It was down 1.87%, and nothing's really changed. It's still in a bull market. That hasn't changed. It's well above the 200-day moving average on the weekly, as I'm sure silver is, well above. So you're not going to say it's in a bear market yet. The other thing of interest at the moment, and I don't have any, is Bitcoin. On the week, it was down nearly 10%. On the week, it's still trading, obviously. It trades 24/7. It's sitting at 78,000 for one imaginary coin. I've never been a believer in Bitcoin, and I've watched it go from when I first heard about it. I think it was in the hundreds of dollars, maybe $700 the first time I heard about it, and friends of mine were buying it. And to watch it go, all the way up to 124,000, I think it went to. So I was wrong all the way, not always right. But I just couldn't bring myself to ever buy Bitcoin. I never believed in Bitcoin. And we'll see what happens. But my value for Bitcoin is exactly zero. I think realistically that's where it sits. It only goes up on the greater fool theory. there's no value there at all. So unless there's a fool willing to buy it off you for more than what you paid for it, yeah, it's not going to go up. And if we run out of fools, then yeah, this is the end of Bitcoin. I don't know. I've had many people try to convince me that Bitcoin is the way of the future. Unfortunately, it's never made sense to me, and I've tried to have it make sense. I've really looked into it hard, and I always come back to the same conclusion: it's fool's money. And although I've been way wrong for a long time, perhaps in the future I will be proven right with Bitcoin when it's completely worthless and the mania is over on it. We'll wait and see over time. Anyway, I've waffled on for over 5 minutes. I can't believe it. Anything else of interest? The Aussie dollar sitting at 69.63. Had another big week, not as big as last week. It did come down a little bit. Actually, just got up right near 71 cents US, sitting now at 69.63. The other one I like to look at is, what is it? Oh, the Aussie dollar versus, not the Aussie dollar, the US dollar versus the Swiss franc. That's Swiss franc hit all-time highs and had another up week against the US dollar. I think that's an interesting pairing, about the only pairing I care about other than the Aussie dollar US, only other pairing I watch. Anyway, it was a big week. If you like the markets, and these are the times we live for, this volatility, it gets us talking. It's very exciting, and we wait in anticipation for tomorrow morning and the new trading week. Enjoy it. I'm going to.